All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? Again, good morning, everyone. This is Doug Beck, Senior Consultant with Ambit Energy, coming to you from my home office in Piscataway, New Jersey. I want to welcome you and thank you for taking the time out of your morning on a Saturday to join us here and hear a little bit about our company and what we do, how it can help you out. I'm actually going to share with you a presentation. The first part of the presentation is going to talk a little bit about our company, also about the customer benefits and some different things that might be of interest to the folks on this call that are really focusing on looking at how they can benefit from being a customer. The second half of the presentation is going to talk about the business opportunity. So if you came on this call hoping to hear about how you can make some money, we do have something for you there as well. And so that will come in the second half. Like I said, about 15 minutes for the customers and 15 minutes for the business presentation. And I'll let you guys get back to you Saturday at around 11:30. So again, it's February 15th. Doug Beck coming to you from Piscataway, New Jersey. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to switch over to my screen share, and should be able to see that on your screen. And if anyone on my team actually happens to see this and they're online, just make sure, can you send me a text message and let me know that everything's coming through okay? That'd be great. And I'm going to go ahead and screen share right now. Okay. So again, what we're talking about here today is a window of opportunity. There's two options, at least two options, actually three options of how you can have this benefit you and your family. And I want to remind you, I'm an independent consultant of Ambit Energy. I'm actually a senior consultant with Ambit Energy, and I want to thank you once again for taking the time. The reason why I actually got started with Ambit Energy, I have a family. I'm a married guy, and I have a 3-year-old son and a 1-month-old daughter. And really, my family is my everything, and everything I do in life and in business really reflects upon helping out my family in whatever way I can. I saw this opportunity. Initially looked at it as a way I could save money, eventually saw the way that you can make money with it as well, and I got very excited about it and decided to jump right in. And my goal is to be able to help my family become more comfortable financially and be able to take more trips every year, that kind of thing, and eventually free myself up from having to work the typical corporate 9-to-5. So as we go into it, I want everyone on the call, on the webinar here, to think about what is the reason why these are some of the reasons why people start their businesses. What are some of the reasons why you might have start a business or potentially want to save some money on your bill every month? Things like, what the slide here has actually, taking on some additional income for yourselves and your family, reducing or eliminating some debt, spending some more time with the family. Some questions to think about. How secure do you feel about your job? How secure do you feel about, your retirement savings, that kind of thing. God forbid, if you were disabled today, could you maintain your lifestyle for 6 months? These are things that we don't always think about on a daily basis. But these are really important questions we have to ask ourselves. And one last question to think about is, do you know anyone or do you personally use natural gas or electricity? And it's kind of a rhetorical question because really everybody uses natural gas, right? I mean, electricity. And because of that, I can really show you, a way here with our company of how you can really earn truly unlimited income, flexible hours. There's nothing here that you have to make any sort of commitment to. It's really on your own time. And like I said, this is some background about the company and some information about how you can partner up with us. And we're going to also talk about the customer benefits shortly. So really, Ambit as a company, we're the right company. We're focused on success. We have a true track record of success. We're in an expanding industry, so we're in energy deregulation is a very fast-growing and very prolific industry. It's recession-proof. I mean, people are already using their energy without us even thinking about it. We truly have the perfect product. There's savings and rewards, so we actually offer our service at a discount. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. We offer something at a discount, and as a representative of the company, we actually get paid to offer things at a discount, which is phenomenal. The greatest opportunity is really the powers at your hands. You're going to see what that means in a little bit here. So, jump right into the vision, right? So, our CEO is Jerry Thompson Jr. He's the man behind this whole vision for the company, and he decided to go with a very sort of interesting perspective, and he wanted to define the vision for Ambit Energy to become the finest and most respected retail energy provider in America. Jerry is a very integral man, and he comes from a very strong background, and his family is phenomenal. We're going to talk about that in just a minute here. But really, his focus here is around not becoming the most profitable company, really focusing on becoming the finest and most respected, and that's for a reason, because he knows that if you do those two things first, profit and success for your business will follow by default. And so that's really phenomenal, I think, and that's something that got me excited when I heard about that. And why is Ambit the right choice? Well, back in 2006, we were founded by Jerry Thompson and Chris Chambliss, our Chief Marketing Officer. And some more background on these two guys. Jerry Thompson Jr. is actually the grandson of the founder of Southland Corporation. Now, most of you probably don't know Southland Corporation, or if you've been around for a while, maybe you do. But Southland actually started off, down in Texas as an ice house. And long story short, you better know Southland Corporation today is 7-Eleven, the largest retail franchise in the world. That's a convenience store pretty much in every city, every location you can think of, globally. Jerry also built up his own company, from the ground up, Caprock Fiber Networks, from startup to annual revenues about $300 million in 7 years, actually, and that was back in the 90s. That was the fastest growing company in Dallas at the time. And then we have Chris Chambliss there on the left. He's our chief marketing officer. He brings more than 15 years of network marketing experience to Ambit, actually. He was a senior executive over at Excel Communications, and anyone who knows about the deregulation of phones would have probably heard of Excel Communications. And Excel Communications actually grew from 0 to $1 billion in just under 7 years of being in existence. And interestingly enough, we're going to see in a little bit how Ambit's doing as that's concerned. So let's see here. So yeah, so Ambit itself, high growth experience, right? So high growth experience is talking about our company, right? So we were actually the fastest growing privately held company in America per Inc. magazine in their Inc. 500 back in 2010. Some of you may not know what that means, but essentially Inc. 500 is produced on an annual basis. It's a business publication pushed out to the masses, and people can buy it at Barnes & Noble, Borders, wherever. That magazine is very prolific again, and we were actually ranked as the fastest growing company, not in just energy, but in all companies, in all industries, and for privately held companies in the whole U.S. So our growth is phenomenal, and in fact, just this past year, in our 6th full year of business, we actually passed the $1 billion revenue generating number. So that means that we've actually generated over $1 billion in annual revenues in the past 12 months, and that was as of last year, our 6th full year of operation. Right now we're at about 1.3 for the current year, I believe, is the number. So we're just continuing to grow, and it's phenomenal. So some awards and recognition, just to give you an idea of some of the credibility behind our company, so you know that we're not just some fly-by-night operation. Unfortunately, there's a lot of those in this industry. I hate to say that, but Ambit's been around for a little while, and we have a proven track record of success, like I mentioned. We received numerous awards. I talked about the Inc. 500, fastest growing. That's right there in the middle. That's my favorite because I know Inc. 500 before I got involved with Ambit. I was actually a business major in college, and I actually focused on entrepreneurial studies, and I had heard of Inc. prior to Ambit, so that was awesome to see that they were actually recognized, and they were #1, actually. The other one that's, I think, worth pointing out, actually 2 of them, on the bottom especially, if anyone knows direct sales, we're actually the 14th largest direct seller in the world. We've only been in existence for 7 years. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal, especially when you consider, you're going to see in a minute, we're only operating in about 11 states right now. We're just getting ready to launch 2 more states. So the fact that we're already the 14th largest in the actual, excuse me. Okay, great. So I just got confirmation that the video and the audio are coming through great, and I appreciate for the person that texted me there. Thank you so much. And so just to get back to the 14th largest, so we're the 14th largest. I mean, most of these companies that are bigger than us have been around for decades, and I don't even need to name them. You can look them up online, but they're companies that are in many, many different countries, right? And they've been around for so long. So the fact that we've grown so quickly in so short a period of time is just phenomenal. And as far as the other award that I want to point out on the bottom left there, Success from Home magazine. I mean, that's another prolific magazine that's published in places that you could buy at the store. That magazine, they do a feature for a company every month, and they do it throughout the entire year. So there's only 12 companies every year that actually gets featured. And as far as I can remember, since I've been involved in 2011, we've been featured in that magazine every year, and I believe we were featured prior to that as well. So we were one of the top 12 per Success from Home every year. Anyways, let's move on. So this is where it really gets to the crux of what some folks may have come onto the webinar today for, which is really around the customer benefits. I don't want to downplay the fact that we do have an awesome opportunity, but I do want to speak to the customer benefits, and this is going to tell you a little about how everything works. So the industry is called energy deregulation, and it's really where monopolies are being broken up, which is the deregulation, right? And customers have a right to choose. So now you don't have to be stuck paying PSE&G, JCP&L, Con Edison, National Grid, any of the other incumbent providers that might be in your territory where you live. You continue to pay them for your delivery, but we come in and we actually help you save some money. And you'll see that in a minute on your supply part of your bill. So the timing is truly perfect because the industry is huge, and honestly, Ambit is growing so quickly, and the name and the concept around this is really becoming more of a common place in the market. People are understanding how this all works, and you're right at the cusp of that happening. So it really is tremendous. And how big is the opportunity? Well, the opportunity is huge. It's $66.5 billion with a B. And that's the market that we're actually operating in currently. In fact, the energy deregulation market, globally speaking, is about 400 billion. In the U.S. and I believe North America is about 100 billion annually. So we're already, cutting into a pretty large piece of that already with our current market potential. But looking at the customers, 49.6 million. That's another big number. Right now we have about 1.3 million customers, so we're just tapping into that. And that ties into the next part, which is the market share is less than 3%. So what does that look like from a business perspective? That looks like, we have a lot of opportunity for anyone who's looking to start a business with a great company who's got a record of success and who's got, very little market share, which means that we have a great amount of growth potential ahead of us. So how does it work? Okay, so this is pretty simple. There's 3 parts to the process. We have the generation, the delivery, and the retail. And basically before deregulation, one company, so the PSE&Gs, the JCP&Ls, etc., provided all aspects of the energy service. They provided the generation, the delivery, and the retail. They also billed the customer and provided the customer support. After deregulation, essentially the government came in and said, we need to separate these. It's not fair to the consumer. There's potential for a monopoly here. And essentially the generation companies, they stay doing what they're doing. They're good at generating, so they continue to produce the power, and they continue to do the natural gas and electricity production. Essentially, the PSE&G was given the ultimatum, and JCP&L and all these other companies were given sort of the choice here. What do you want to choose? And they chose delivery because they already have the infrastructure in place. They already have the base of people that are out there supporting the infrastructure. They already have the trucks in place. They already have all the processes and all the lines already set up. So they stuck with that, and they're very happy doing that because that's what they're good at doing. And you can kind of think of them as kind of the UPS of energy, so to speak, right? So they're the ones delivering the energy to you as a consumer, but they're not the ones generating the actual goods or services, in this case, energy, and they're just sticking to the delivery. So where Ambit comes in is the retail. So what we do is we basically work with the incumbents. We help get you guys a better rate on your energy by really negotiating good deals with the generation companies and actually getting you a below retail discount. So let's see here. So why would it be a good idea to look at what we're doing? Well, essentially the perfect product, right? It's really not a product, it's a service. And for consumers, for folks on the call looking, how can this benefit me from my household perspective? Really, everyone uses energy already. Everyone uses electricity and natural gas. There's no cost to switch to become a consumer, so it doesn't cost anything to enroll in the service. Nothing changes for you. So really, you continue to pay the same bill to the same company, and you'll just see a lower rate on your bill every single month, okay? Now, we look at it from the business owner perspective. There's no inventories, there's no deliveries, and there's no collections. I mean, how much more could you ask for from a business ownership perspective? Usually you have to do all 3 of those things, and it's really the pain in the butt to most of us to have businesses outside of Ambit. I'm sure there's some folks on the call that are business owners outside of Ambit, and you can appreciate what that means to you and then the difference of what we're talking about. So from the customer side, right, impressive savings and benefits. What do we have? We have competitive rates, like I told you. We actually are probably the most competitive, and in fact, I would wager to guess with our most recent launch of our program, and the folks on the call that are part of Ambit know what I'm talking about. It's called the Guaranteed Savings Program. I'm pretty excited about it. It's basically a guarantee that no matter what, when a customer signs up in the state of New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and a bunch of other states in the Northeast, you are 100% guaranteed to pay a lower rate over a period of time. And if you don't, for some reason, if 1 month it happens to go up and you're paying more to Ambit for some reason or another, Ambit will actually credit you back the difference plus a certain percentage. In the state of New Jersey, it's 3%, so that means you're going to get 3% on top of what you would have paid. So really, you can't lose. You can pretty much set it and forget it. You can pretty much sign up for the service, know that you're going to save money, and if somehow, God forbid, there's a situation where 1 month, something crazy happens and somehow you paid more, you have nothing to worry about because Ambit's going to take care of you. So the other thing is satisfaction is guaranteed. So there's also a satisfaction guarantee, not just a savings guarantee. So if for some reason, any reason whatsoever, you're not satisfied with the service, you can simply call up Ambit customer care. We have an 800 number to call for all of our customers. You can say, listen, I really don't appreciate the service. It's not working out the way I thought it was, etc. Please disconnect me. No questions asked. Within a cycle, you're off the service. There's no hard feelings. You can move on and continue to do what you were doing before you got into Ambit. So really, there's really not anything to lose. And also for the folks that are more environmentally friendly, environmentally savvy, we have the Greenies Energy Certified products available. And essentially, that means that you can support the environment and save money at the same time, which is a win-win, of course. I would mention that those rates are a little bit higher, but if you are really focused on that, then we definitely have the option there for you. And this is where actually the invite on Facebook that some of you might have seen talked about sort of the $100 value. So we do have a welcome gift for enrolling. What that means is that just for becoming a customer of Ambit, remember there's no cost to join. There's a guaranteed savings. The satisfaction is guaranteed. just to try the service, we're going to give you a welcome gift, which essentially is a 2-night stay at one of 60 locations through our travel partner. We have a company that we partner with from a travel perspective. They're going to let you stay on a hotel for 2 nights, basically all the accommodations paid for, and locations like Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Poconos, even like the Bahamas might even be an option there. And that's just for becoming a customer. So really, if you haven't become a customer yet, I would highly encourage you to try the service and at least get that gift and take advantage of that offer. And then also, on a monthly basis, it's kind of like a credit card where we actually give our customers travel reward points. So every time you use your lights, every time you pay for your gas, every single util of energy is going to be actually accruing points for you. And you're going to accumulate a certain number of points when you get to a certain amount. Like, for instance, we just got to a certain amount where we actually qualify for a 4-day vacation to the Bahamas. And that's nothing, it doesn't cost me anything to stay there. My wife and I pick a date that we think is good. We work with the travel company just for simply using our energy. It has nothing to do with me being with Ambit from a representative perspective. For simply being a customer of Ambit Energy, and for simply using my lights and using my energy in my house, I'm able to actually go to the Bahamas with my family. And that's what I'm talking about, spending more time with family, taking trips, for simply becoming a customer of the service. So I don't know how you can beat that. This is where it really gets interesting though, and I know we're kind of building up here, but if you haven't paid attention yet and you're kind of getting bored by what I'm talking about, I encourage you to kind of tune in now, because this is the crux of what we differentiate ourselves with, and I think this is really important for anybody. Even if you're a representative of the company and you don't really understand how this works, I think now is a good time to listen. So this is one of the major differentiators. Ambit offers a customer referral program that is really like none other, okay? All customers are going to receive a free website. So some of you may be asking yourselves, why do I really need a website? I don't know if I want a website, etc. Trust me, you want this website, okay? What that website allows you to do is it allows you to go onto your social networks, it allows you to go out to your email, it allows you to go out to your friends face-to-face, say, hey, listen, here's my website, go take a look at it. I'm saving money. I have a guaranteed savings plan that Ambit's offering me exclusively, and I want to help you save money too, friend or family member or business associate. Take a look at this. It might be something worth doing. It's helping me out, saving money. Okay, great. That friend signs up. They sign up. A few more friends sign up. When you get to 5 friends signing up, 5 customers, we're going to go ahead and give you another one of those travel vouchers. And this time, I believe it's a 4-day or 5-day package that's actually, be free to you, again, for simply referring 5 friends. And for those of you who like to travel, that's exciting, and I can appreciate that. I like to travel myself. But more importantly, I think, excuse me, let me get a drink of water here. More importantly is the next step, which you're going to be blown away by, I think. If you haven't heard of Ambit before and you haven't seen this presentation, I don't know if you're going to be ready for this, but essentially, when you go out there and you tell some more friends, remember, you're a customer now. You haven't made any sort of commitment financially or otherwise. You simply referred a few friends, and now you refer, let's say, 10 more friends. Can everybody refer 15 people? Do we all know 15 people that want a guaranteed savings and a satisfaction guarantee, and there's no obligation to stay with the service? Does that sound good? I wish I was in front of you, because I know you'd be saying yes right now. Well, if you go ahead and do that, if you go refer 15 friends or family members, Ambit is going to actually give you on an ongoing basis, month after month, energy credits up to and including free energy. And that's free, like doesn't cost you anything. Okay, so, and what that means is that you're going to have your supply bill completely wiped out on your energy bill. So that's huge, okay? That's really huge. We were the pioneer of this program, okay? There's some other companies trying to keep up with us in certain respects. I don't want to get into that right now, but we have the exclusive, the best program when it comes to this stuff, okay? There's no stipulations, or any sort of fine print associated with that. You refer 15 actual customers, people that pay their energy bill, you're going to get free energy up to including free energy every single month, month after month. So if you have any questions about that, if it seems crazy, I know it does sound kind of crazy, but if you have any questions, feel free to contact the person that asked you to take a look at this webinar. If it was me, just give me a call or shoot me a text. I can explain everything to you in more detail if it's not clicking for some reason. At this point, this is really the first half of the presentation, so I want to be respectful of the people that just came on the presentation to hear about how you could save money and how you could benefit. But if anything I said is exciting to those people about how we might be able to even build upon this and make some money with it as well as a part-time opportunity, I would encourage those same people to stay on the phone or stay on the webinar and actually listen to the rest of it, because it's going to get pretty exciting for the people that are actually money-motivated and success-oriented people. I think hopefully most of us are that way. So I'm going to take just a second to get a drink of water. If you need to get a drink of water or grab a cup of coffee, take a sip, go ahead. Just give me one sec. Normally we do these presentations as a team. I just happen to be by myself today, so For the folks that are Ambit Energy consultants, I'll be reaching out to probably all of you and finding out who would want to contribute and help out with this forum. I think it could be beneficial to all of us, so we'll be speaking about that after the webinar today, who wants to sign up and be volunteering for this kind of thing. So today I'm kind of stretching myself a little bit with my voice. I get pretty excited about this stuff. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we have the power in our hands. You have the power in your hands. We're going to look at the Ambit opportunity from the business side now, okay? You really have the opportunity to take control of your financial future from a massive scale. And I don't want to, get anyone, oh, that sounds like one of those things. It's way different, trust me. Let's take a look. So the Ambit marketing model is very simple. Ambit Energy is the provider of the service, obviously. You're the customer, or you're the person representing. You refer some other loyal customers, okay, which is in the bottom right-hand corner there. That generates an income for you and for Ambit as well, of course, and it just keeps on going in a circle. It goes over and over as you recommend, as you refer. You get more customers. There's an income benefit to you, and there's an income benefit to the company. So it's a win-win for everyone. The reality is, we make recommendations every single day. We make music recommendations, movies, restaurants, TV stations, etc. And the unfortunate thing is that we just don't get paid for them. Okay, that's just the reality. The companies like eBay, Google, Yahoo, Amazon, all these major mega billion-dollar companies, unfortunately, they grew because of word of mouth, because of people like us talking about them and sharing the information. But unless you're a representative of those companies, you work in the corporate office, I don't think any one of us has actually made any sort of income from referring those services to anyone. So that's just the reality. Now, our company, Ambit Energy, is growing through word of mouth as well. Unlike those companies, though, we do pay the people who are recommending the service. So let's talk about how that really works. So this slide is good and bad, okay? So, because some of you are going to be like, oh, it costs money to get started. Well, it's a business, right? And a business usually costs money to get started. So, and this is no different than that. This is a real business. It's not just some hobby type thing that you're going to try out and just sign up for and say, see you later. This is a real business. It's $429, one-time fee with no annual renewal, okay? So, basically, you receive a professional sales kit to help you get started with that fee. And you get unlimited access to really sophisticated business management software. We have the Power Zone, which is the back office. We have a number of websites that are going to get set up for you for that fee. You have at least 2 websites to show people how this all works, and a third one to sign up customers. They're always developing new and cool ways of actually offering the information to the consumer and to the potential consultant. And for $24.95 a month, you're going to get this entire package to and maintained for you, and there's not going to be any other fees associated with the whole business. So from anyone who owns a business currently, I would wager to guess that your overhead is way more than $24.95. I mean, that's what it costs you probably to print out flyers for maybe a couple days worth of advertisements if you're posting flyers somewhere, or to do your office supply, purchasing each week. Business cards cost more than $24.95. So, really that's phenomenal. It's such a low amount of money to pay for awesome business. So let's see what you really get for that in terms of how everything else works. So some of the other benefits that you may or may not be aware of, flexible schedule, right? So you'll have time to do the business when you have time to do it. It's not something that we're signing up for a job where you have to report into a boss and have to actually track your time and make sure you did what you need to do at a certain time. It's really at your own time and discretion. You have the ability to manage it however you think is appropriate. The tax benefits are incredible. The tax benefits are you're a 1099 consultant, contractor, I should say. And that 1099 sort of election, so to speak, or entity, so to speak, would actually allow you to claim deductions that are in excess of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year for just simply running your business, for expenses that you may not be able to do anything else with now. So I can't really go into all those details. I'm not a CPA. I'm not going to give you any financial advice from that perspective, but contact the person, again, that introduced you to this whole thing and find out some more information from them directly. The unlimited income potential, the example I like to use there, and he may be on the phone today or on the webinar today, and hopefully he's listening. My father actually has a short-term rental home, and this is not a plug for him, it's more of an example. He has a short-term rental home down in Florida by Disney, and it's an awesome business, and it works perfect, and I've told him this before. The only downside to his business is there's only a certain number of weeks in a year. There's 52 weeks in a year, right? And there's only a certain number of weeks that can be rented out of that year, so some of those weeks, he wants to use for his own personal use and our family's use. And he can only get a certain amount of money out of those weeks each week. It's not unlimited. He can't charge someone an unlimited amount of money each one of those weeks. So realistically, the income that he's able to generate with that business is limited, right? Because there's only 52 weeks in a year. As opposed to our business, which you're going to see in a second how it works, it's not like that. There's no boundaries as far as how big you can grow your business, which is the exciting part about it, especially, okay? So when you look at this and make a decision to get started, there's really two questions you have to ask yourself. You know, the first one is, what's in it for me? And the second one is, can I do it? Now, let's tackle the second question first because it's kind of simple. Can I do it? I'll be honest with you, I might, sound like a certain kind of guy to you, a professional business guy, whatever. I'm just a regular guy, okay? And if I can talk to people and share some information and tell them how to, make some money and potentially save some money, I'm pretty sure any one of you can do it. Anybody you know can do this. Really, anybody can do this business, okay? What's in it for me is really what you're going to see in a second as far as the financial benefits and everything else that comes with it. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. And we do two simple things, okay? We gather a handful of loyal customers, people we know, love, and trust. Some of you probably heard that before. And it's the truth. That's all we do. The loyal customer is the best kind of customer to gather because they're going to continue to pay their bill or pay for their service every single month, and that's going to help us. You'll see why in a minute. And then we help other people do the same thing. So we simply replicate ourselves. We train other people to do the same thing. We build a sales and marketing organization. Okay. So let's look at the what's in it for me question now and see how that actually looks in terms of compensation. So usually when you get started with any kind of opportunity or even a job, you might be asking yourself, how do I get promoted? How can I promote in my job? How can I promote in my business? My opportunity here. So this is you right here, okay? And you're going to get 2 customer points just for your website represented by these 2 computers, okay? You're going to enroll 3 more customers. These 3 houses right here are customers. Yourself right here, and then 2 others. Neighbor on the left, neighbor on the right, mother, father, brother, sister, etc. Gather those 5 points in your first 4 weeks, and you get paid $100. Okay, enroll another 5 customers in your first 8 weeks. Oh, and you're gonna get paid another 100. Now, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead here. Actually, when you go out and you actually help one other person do the same thing, so you help your friend Joe get involved and actually become a consultant as well. He goes out and he does what you did. So let's see here. He goes out and does the same thing that you just did, which is over here, right? You got 5 customer points. You actually only got 3 customers yourself. These 3 houses, and 2 are given to you for your websites. He's going to go out and do the same thing. You're going to teach him how to do it. And because he did it, he gets 100, but you're going to get a matching 100. You see that? Okay? And so then you can continue to do that and help other people grow their business. And essentially, when you replicate that, you're going to continue to get matching $100 bonuses, as you can see there. They get their 100 for helping them out and training them how to do it. You're going to get a matching 100 right there. So you can continue to do that. And basically, once you build a team, you have to get 2 consultants personally directly connected to you. 2 people on 2 friends or family that know you personally, help those 2 people duplicate and basically do the same thing you just did, and you're going to start building an organization, a sales and marketing organization of consultants. And what that does, it's going to start creating leverage, okay? And anyone on the call who doesn't know what leveraged income is, I recommend you find out what that means. Leveraged income, okay? That means that you have other people helping you build your income stream, not just by yourself. And that's important, right? Time management. Time is the most valuable asset we all have. It's limited in terms of how much time we have on this earth. It's unfortunate, but it's reality. So how can we leverage our time? Well, we can build an organization of people. And this is really just like any other business. If you look at it, I mean, you're going to have a team of people anywhere, any kind of business that you want to run as an entrepreneur and not as a business owner who's connected at the hip to their business. You're going to have a good team of people behind you. So it's really not much different. So anyway, when you do that, you have 5 personal customers, okay? You have 2 consultants directly connected to you that you've referred into the business. And then those 2 replicated what you did. You got a team of total 6 consultants. Then you're going to go ahead and get promoted to what we call regional consultant. This is where it gets interesting. Again, if you haven't been looking at the presentation, you've been, your son or daughter or your friend is by you and saying, oh, what are you looking at there? Now's the time to focus again. If you're trying to look at this from a business opportunity, get focused. Let's go. Okay. Regional consultant. What that means to you is this. When you promote to that, remember, what you did was you got 5, 2, 6. You got 5 personal customers, which aren't shown on here, but you have 2 consultants that did the same thing, and a total team of 6 people. You're basically going to give yourself a $55 raise, okay? Now, in your regional consultant organization, instead of earning $100 for sponsoring new consultants, these 2 right here, when you bring in your next consultant, you're going to earn actually $100, which is what you got over here, plus another $55 for a total of $155 for each of these folks here. So each time you bring in somebody yourself in your regional consultant organization, you're going to earn $155. When others go ahead and do the same thing and they pass on the information and people get enrolled as consultants, it's actually going to start triggering bonuses for you too. Unlimited levels, okay? Whoops. What that looks like is $55. Sorry, Adobe is not. Go ahead. Go away, Adobe. It's blocking the number there. Well, it says unlimited levels there. You can't really see it. I can't seem to get the bar to go away. Technology is always annoying. There we go. So $55, unlimited levels. That means to infinity, okay? To infinity and beyond, as we say, as Buzz Lightyear says. I guess I'm around kids too much lately, but I love my children though, and hopefully you guys can appreciate that. So $55, unlimited levels, right? That means that you're gonna get paid, just like it says there. Each person that comes in your organization, you sign up Joe, he signs up Mary, she signs up Jane, so on and so forth. In your regional consultant team, continue to get, when those people hit their customers is key here. If they don't get their customers, unfortunate, but you know it's a reality, it's the way it works. You have to get customers to trigger those bonuses. But it's $55 unlimited levels. That's pretty awesome. You move on. You go ahead and you get 18 people into your regional consultant organization. You're going to promote to senior consultant. So now you have a team of 6 people at least over here in what's called your marketing consultant organization. You have at least 18 people on your regional consultant, and you're going to go ahead and get your second promotion already with only 24 people. You're going to go ahead and remember, you only brought in 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. I'm sorry, 2 here is actually the next organization. 2 here and 2 here. So really, you only need 4 people to make this happen. Actually, you need to help those 4 people build their teams. But I don't want to get ahead of myself or confuse you. So let's just focus on senior consultant. When you promote the senior consultant, you're going to get another raise. You can see it there. It's $80 additional. So every time that someone comes into your senior consultant organization as a consultant, they're personally sponsored by you. Okay, so your next friend comes in, and basically they want to get started with the business. You're a senior consultant now. You're going to actually make $235 when they trigger their bonus, and they're going to get their $100. So for you being a great senior consultant and helping them really drive their business and get started the right way, Ambit's going to reward you that much more. And now you're getting essentially $135 more than what you would have gotten if you were just a marketing consultant. So you can see the power of promotion in this case. Remember, customers is important. So don't forget customers. You need to remember that these people need to trigger their bonuses with customers. I don't need to go into details, but that would not be legitimate. If we didn't have customers, we wouldn't be able to have this business opportunity that we have here. So just keep that in mind. And so this continues, really senior consultant is where most of us want to focus. And then obviously once you get to that point, your next focus is going to be executive consultant, which is awesome. It's where I'm looking at next. I'm a senior consultant already, and I'm on my way to executive. I know there's some other senior consultants on the webinar today, and hopefully others get a chance to watch this afterwards. Executive consultant, we say in Ambit as extreme cash, right? So EC stands for extreme cash. Senior consultant is senior cash, but serious cash, sorry. Executive consultant is extreme cash, right? So you get another $80 raise, and essentially, I don't need to go into all the details, but you keep going here. $315 for your personal, up to $215 unlimited. I forgot to mention, senior consultant is the same thing as regional, except you get paid $135 unlimited. So it's $55 unlimited for regional, $135 unlimited for senior, and $215 unlimited for executive. We can all look at the next one, which is national. Right now, there's, I believe, 23 or 24 national consultants. I apologize if I had that number incorrectly. But there's only about a couple dozen or so, but that's okay because that means there's a lot of opportunity for us all to grow into being national consultants. We're a young company. We have a great opportunity in front of us here. We're going to talk more about some of the other ways that we get paid. But national consultant, you can see the numbers there. It's staggering. National is just nuts. I call it nuts. $340 for your personal, and then up to $240 for all of your consultants in your organization, your national organization below you. So that's awesome. I mean, bonuses are great. We all like to get bonuses in our other ways of making money, but really, what's going to continue to pay us month after month? That's what we're talking about here. It's called customer residual income, or called CRI in our compensation plan. Ambit consultants are paid, I should say, CRI through 7 levels. So you can see 7 levels deep here. That is pretty awesome because most other companies that have a similar or try to keep up with us in that respect of how we get paid, most of them only get paid down 4, 5, or 6 levels. We're actually lucky enough to have 7 levels in our compensation plan, and I think that's great because that's going to allow you to continue to grow your organization and continue to get paid for all of your team's effort further down than you otherwise would have been able to with any other kind of opportunity. Now, let's just assume that you've actually you've gotten 3 personal consultants yourself, 3 MCs. That's your first run here, and then you actually help those 3 get 3, and so on all the way down. And you go out and you get 20 customers yourself. Right here, there's 20. Hopefully, everyone can see that 20. those are your 20 customers. That enables you to get paid on all 7 levels, okay? So that's going to happen over time. There's no doubt in my mind, if you decide to get started with this business, you're going to find 20 people that want to save. And in fact, in the state of New Jersey, we have gas and electricity. So really, if you only get 10 customers that have gas and electric, you're going to have your 20 customer points that require you to qualify. So that's going to be no-brainer. That's simple. You're going to get free energy with that, most likely, if you have 15. So you're good. So you have 20, and then you go out and you just simply help the people you brought into your organization, the 3 people here, and every one of their sets of folks. Help them all get 10 customers each, right? It's just simple math. 3 times 10 is 30, and so on and so forth. You can see the total is just a large number. It's a very large number. 32,810 customers, 3,279 consultants. That might be like, you might be wondering, hey, Doug, what are you talking about? That's crazy. How's that going to happen? Hey, trust me, it happens. There's people in the organization that have 10 times, even not, I wouldn't say 100 times, but 10 times the amount, and probably 20, 30 times the amount of those customers and MCs in their organization. So it's very, very possible. There's a large group of people in the world that are looking for something like what we have to offer. We just have to get the word out to them. So that's very possible. Now, let's go ahead and look at what that looks like for how you get paid. So I'm going to skip to the next here. Okay, so monthly, right? Don't worry about the numbers here because it looks small, but if you do the math, I mean, if anybody is good at math here, you can do the math, right? You're looking at these numbers, and the bottom number is most important. That's $39,189. That's monthly residual income, okay? Now, that is a tremendous figure. That's probably scaring some people and saying, how is that? That just doesn't seem possible. How is that, Doug? Well, there's people making a lot more than that, to be honest with you. I'm not one to speculate or to exaggerate here. And Ambit Corporate would tell me, probably I can't give a specific number, but let's just say that there's people, that are making almost 10 times, if not more than that, in our company. And there's people that, average folks like myself and other people, that's not a number we're looking at right now, but hey, it's possible, and it's something that we're all aspiring to. I think if you look at the next slide here, this might be a more realistic number. So let's just assume that 3 MCs come in to help 3 people get started, so on and so forth, all the way down. Now, assuming that only those 3 people only got 3 customers each, and with the same band 1, I forgot to mention, band 1 is the lowest band of usage, meaning that the customers coming in are using hardly any energy at all. So realistically, you bring in a regular house in the state of New Jersey is probably a band 2 or band 3 customer, and they're going to be paying to you more than what you're seeing there, probably double or triple what you're seeing there for each customer. So with that being said, I mean, you look at the number here again, $11,758 monthly residual income. That is another huge number, but that's essentially just over $100,000, $120,000, so $130,000 of yearly income, right? I apologize, my math is not perfect right now, but that's roughly $100,000 a year. So for most people, I mean, you could retire. You could essentially retire off of that. You could essentially quit your job and live off your residual income and continue to grow your business after that. So this is something that would be happening in a period of time. It's not going to happen overnight. Everyone on this call, on this webinar, knows it's not going to happen immediately. But that being said, it's very possible. And like I said, there's people that have already done this. We have, how many is it? 15 or 20 millionaires in our company, and there's about 5 or 6 people that have made over $5 million in our company. That's a proven fact. I can offer those figures to you. So, okay. If I haven't excited you yet, this one should get you pretty excited if you haven't gotten excited yet, which I don't know how that's possible, but it's possible. So, customer residual bonuses, right? The quarters as we call them. And essentially what this means is that when you get promoted to regional consultant and when you eventually promote to senior consultant and so on, you're going to see here, I'm just going to skip through them here and show you everything at once. It's only a quarter, and you think about it, I kind of think of an arcade, for instance, right? An arcade or a toll booth is a good example here because you have an arcade, for instance, where a bunch of kids are going, I go to Chuck E. Cheese, right, with my son, and give him a real life example here. And each one of those machines, it's basically a quarter. It's like a token, but it's a quarter. Let's call it a quarter. And each one of those machines takes 1 quarter to play it, but think about how many children are going through there and how many parents are paying quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. Those quarters are adding up. They're keeping Chuck E. Cheese in business, right? So a quarter is worth a lot of money if you have enough people using that, paying a quarter to do it. And so, and also a toll booth, same thing. Think about the freeway. You're in the New Jersey Parkway or wherever you're at, and you're driving, and now we have Easy Pass, but it used to be you throw a quarter into the toll booth, or maybe 2 or 3 quarters, depending on where you're at. And Just people are driving every single day, throwing quarter, or easy pass, dollar here. It's like, essentially that's the same concept, okay? And this is unlimited levels that we get paid these down. So in the regional consultant organization, just to be totally clear, you're going to get paid a quarter for every single customer, and that means every single meter. So the customer has electricity and the customer also has natural gas. You will get paid a quarter for the electricity and a quarter for the natural gas, in addition to everything else you're getting paid, and that's on a residual basis, meaning that every single month for that same customer, you're going to get paid 25 cents for each of their meters. When you promote to senior consultant, which we talked about earlier, that 25 cents is going to increase to 50 cents. Okay, for those customers that you bring into your senior consultant organization, it's going to be 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, quarter, constantly. You get the point. There's people literally making, tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, off of quarters alone in our organization. And I can't give specific figures because there's a legal reason for that, but it's verifiable if we needed to ever get to that point. If any of you have any questions about that, you could definitely contact the person that invited you to see this webinar. If it was me, just give me a call or shoot me a text. I'll be happy to answer your questions about that. But this is the most powerful part of our compensation plan. When you look at other opportunities, so-called opportunities that are quote-unquote competing with Ambit, or even just other kinds of opportunities in a similar industry, I would wager to guess that there's not many, if any, other than Ambit, that offer this kind of a program where you have unlimited, not only unlimited residual income with the CRI we talked about, but also the residual bonuses, unlimited levels. So you start your business today, 5 years from now, you have an organization of 15,000 customers. Most of those customers are going to be in your regional consultant code or your senior consultant team. You're going to get paid, let's call it $5,000, $6,000. Simple math, right? Take half of that. You have 12,000 customers, we'll say. You take half of that number, it's 50 cents. Let's just say that's $6,000 a month residual based on your customer residual bonus. This is one example. It's staggering. Okay, so I know I've gone over a little bit here. I apologize. I'm glad some of you guys have stuck with me the whole way. Hopefully, you're looking at this as an opportunity here for yourselves. And I kind of want to close with a couple slides around why Ambit works and really, the next step. So why Ambit works, you've learned about the company, you've learned about the industry and the product, and all the ways that we pay, Ambit pays. That really sounds awesome, like you said. You can't deny that. It sounds great, right? But what makes it different? What makes Ambit really different, and where does it stand out from the others? I kind of gave some examples throughout, but really this is a good summary of it, okay? So we offer a service that's habitually purchased and unconsciously purchased every single month by pretty much everybody you could think of in your network of friends and family. It's not a product that you have to explain benefits of and try to tell them how it's going to heal anything that they have wrong with them or whatever the case may be, or that's the next best thing that's going to make their lives so much better. Really, our service is already being used, so we're not really pitching anything as far as the service goes. We're telling them how they can save money. It's a power of part-time, right? It doesn't require a full-time effort. You could do this business like I'm doing right now from my home office. I'm doing it part-time on a weekend. You guys could all do the same exact thing. This is not rocket science. I have a YouTube channel up. I have a YouTube live streaming service set up for free. I'm presenting to dozens of people right now over the internet. I'm going to record this video. It's going to be available. There's presentations you can go to whenever you're available to go to them. There's training events going on. It's a part-time business. You're not committing to sitting in an office every single day behind your desk and hoping that you can make some money doing it. You do it whenever it's right. And honestly, it becomes a conversation piece when you're talking to people when you're out and about. And lucrative compensation plan. So lucrative compensation plan, if you didn't see that, you must not have been listening because there was a huge amount of money on the table that you saw. Tens of thousands of dollars on the residual income and other examples that I gave as far as how you can make literally a living off of Ambit Energy over time. I don't want to, I don't want to say we can do this overnight, guys. It's not a get rich quick, okay? It's really, we call it get rich slow, but really not slow. It's get rich as fast as you want to get fast, as fast as you want to get rich. And the perfect timing. So deregulation is an amazing industry, right? Like we said, customers are still getting educated about this. Consumers don't even know they have a chance to switch. Yeah, they're getting phone calls, and you might hear people talking about that. We're getting phone calls every day. That's not our company calling them. These are companies that are just popping up and going away the next day. And it's our job as consultants and as representatives of the company to educate people and to teach them what's really available to them. We have a legitimate business here that's been around for some time, have a huge customer base. People are happy. We have a guaranteed savings. Now is the time to start really amping up your business. If you're a consultant on the call or on the webinar and you haven't taken your business seriously yet, you better look in the mirror and say, what am I doing with myself? because this is an amazing opportunity and you got to take advantage of it now. Now is the time. Now, there's never a better time than now. Take action, okay? We have a proven system. We talked about the websites. We have a system. We have a training. Every person that joins our business is not just kind of joining and then send off and say, hey, good luck, we'll see you later. No. You saw the compensation plan and how it works. Obviously, there's a financial benefit to the person that helps you get started with your business. That's one piece of it, but there's just a camaraderie. I mean, there's people in my network of Ambit consultants. There's a lot of people on the call today that I know from just being at events, and we all work together. We help each other with the system, right? The system is we have a process in place. Basically, I'm not going to go into all the details. We have a process in place that's proven to be successful. People know how to take this business and treat it like a sort of like a franchise, right? So we're not going to reinvent everything and start from scratch. Some people try to do that and they quickly fail. We need to follow a system that's already been proven. We have that system, okay? And that's any successful business should have a system in place that they can replicate and duplicate and teach people how to do, and that's the power of leverage. So with that being said, I apologize for all the little technical glitches here and there. Hopefully this is valuable to you. I want to encourage anyone on the call today who's not already Ambit consultant. If you stuck away this long, you obviously have some interest. I want to encourage you to join Ambit Energy, become your own first customer. Take control of your financial future. Really drive this thing home, okay? Ambit Energy is going to be around for a while. You learned about it today for the first time, but I bet you, it's not gonna be as good as it is today forever. So you need to take action, okay? Make a commitment. The investment to get started will quickly become, nothing to you when you are making money that will blow your mind away and make you financially set. So get started today. Contact the person that told you about this webinar. If it's me, again, text me, call me, or email me. My information is going to be below the webinar. I also encourage you to become your own first customer. The savings is guaranteed. If you're just looking to become a customer, that's okay. We're going to guarantee our savings to you. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to also remind you, there are benefits on both sides. And I want to be fair to the people that joined this webinar simply to hear about the reward. The reward essentially is when you become a customer, we're going to give you that $100 value of the welcome package, the welcome trip. So find out how that works. Contact the person that you want to sign up with as far as the customer goes. If you want to become a consultant, we'd love to work with you and help you build a big business. We have a lot of great folks in the organization, and in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, all over the place. We're in 13 states, about to be in 13 states here, 11 right now, and 13 in a couple of days. And we have some great promotions going on now too. So find out today what's going on with the promotions, and we will speak soon. I want to thank you again for your time and your energy, and I wish you all the best. God bless, good luck, and I hope we speak soon. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.